Smoked Italian style stuffed peppers on Smoking and Drinking. Hey, welcome back to Smoking and Drinking. I'm Mike, and today we're going to make smoked Italian style stuffed peppers. Let's get smoking. All right, smoked Italian stuffed peppers. This is straight up comfort food. Something like you might find in New York City in the Italian American restaurants or in homes. Something we had, I'm not Italian, but Mom used to make stuffed green peppers in the oven. She'd bake them. We're going to do a little bit different twist on them. We're going to smoke them on the Traeger, and we're going to add a little Italian twist to them. So we've got our ingredients here. Got a lot of ingredients, a lot of seasonings, but that's kind of how Italian food is. We've got a pound of 80-20 ground beef and a pound of Italian sausage, onions, garlic, tomato paste, crushed tomatoes, cooked rice, smoked paprika. Oh, we've got a whole list of ingredients. I'll list those in the description. Maybe I'll list them up here, but got all kinds of ingredients. We're going to do some of this inside. It's just easier. I got home late from my day job. It's dark and kind of cold out, so we're gonna prep the stuffing in here. I've got the little tabletop burner hot plate here, and we're gonna prep the ingredients. So let's get started. We're gonna get our hot plate up to temp here. We got our cast iron skillet. Already got our ground beef and our ground pork, Italian pork in the skillet. We're gonna just brown that lightly. We don't have to overcook it because remember it's gonna go in the smoker. We're gonna smoke all of the ingredients before we stuff it too. All right, first seasonings we're gonna add some fresh cracked black pepper and a little bit of sea salt. I think I misspoke at the beginning of the video. It's a pound of ground beef, 80-20, and a half a pound of the Italian pork, ground pork. So just I'm going to clear a little space in the middle here. We're going to add our finely chopped onions. And we're going to just kind of saute those until they're tender. And then when the onions are tender and starting to get a little translucent, we're going to add our garlic. I'm just going to brown that for about 30 seconds or so, maybe a minute. I'm going to add in our tomato paste. We have 2 heaping tablespoons of tomato paste. Garlic is about 4 cloves minced. We're just going to stir all this in. And we're going to add we have 1 cup of using San Marzano style whole peeled tomatoes. Interesting, I haven't used these before. Kind of an Italian style tomato. Just going to stir that in. This is a little different than my mom used to make. She used to put all the ingredients in, stuff the peppers raw, and then just bake them until they are cooked. But since we're smoking, it would take a long time to get that meat cooked, so we kind of have to pre-cook it. And then we're going to smoke the stuffing and the peppers a little bit, get them kind of pre-smoked, and then we're going to stuff them. All right, this has been simmering for about 10 minutes. We're going to fold in our cooked rice. We have half a cup of cooked rice. That's another thing that my mom just put the rice in there raw. and let it cook. But again, there's not going to be enough cook time to get it nice and tender. You don't want crunchy rice, or at least I don't. Okay, we're going to just let that simmer for just a little bit longer. We've got our smoker preheating to 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to get these ingredients out on the smoker and pre-smoke them for about 30 minutes. Oh, I almost forgot the rest of our seasonings and ingredients. We have 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds, half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. Get that stirred in. And just in keeping true with the Italians, we're going to splash a little red wine in with our stuffing. Some of my homemade red table grape wine. I actually used table grapes. I was really dubious that that was going to work. I went to the grocery store and bought, I don't know, 20 pounds of table grapes. The clerk thought I was nuts, but I crushed those and fermented them and made a nice red table wine. And we might just have a little cocktail later on to go with it. A little aperitif. All right, we're just going to let that simmer for another couple minutes. The smoker's still coming up to temp, and then we'll get that on there, and then we'll get our peppers prepped. Our preppers. Okay, we've got our smoker up to 225 Fahrenheit. So let's get this out on the smoker and pre-smoke our stuffing. Okay, while we've got the stuffing in the skillet on the smoker, we're going to let that smoke for about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and prep our peppers. What we'll do is just cut the top open so we can have some place to put our stuffing in. And then just core out the seeds. Whoa. Got this handy little corer from a buddy of mine. It's primarily meant for jalapenos and things like that, chilies, but we're going to see if it works on green peppers. I have a feeling a knife might work just as well. It's kind of intended for, you know, those narrow peppers you get in there, but let's try the knife. I think that's going to just work as well. Just want to get the veins and the seeds out of there. I don't know. I've heard both. So is it the veins or the seeds that brings the heat in peppers? I've heard both. I've heard some say it's the seeds, others say it's the veins. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. All right, so we got our peppers cleaned out. In about 10 minutes, we'll go ahead and put those on the smoker right on the grill next to the skillet, and we'll pre-smoke those too. Kind of get some of that smoke imparted into the flesh of the peppers as well, and just add more smoke to it. By the way, we're using hickory pellets in our smoker, so that'll give it a nice nice hickory flavor, not a flavor, aroma, well, kind of a flavor too, but you want something, you can use mesquite. You got to be a little careful. I usually blend my mesquite with something else like oak or hickory, but have to be a little careful with the mesquite. So we're going to wait another 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to get these out on the smoker and get them smoking as well. All right, let's get our peppers out on the smoker alongside our stuffing. What we're doing, we're actually seasoning the peppers themselves with the smoke. So let's get that out there. While we're waiting on the peppers and the stuffing to smoke, I thought we'd go ahead and make our aperitif. You know, back in the day, especially in Italian American homes, wine wasn't a cocktail, it was just part of the dinner. So we're going to do as the Italians did, or the Italian Americans, and we're going to have our red wine, and we're going to make a red wine spritzer. And it's basically red wine and a little bit of a slice of orange and some club soda just to lighten it and give it a little bit of effervescence, and a couple dashes of Angostura bitters. So let's go ahead and just kind of twist in our orange. That's a big slice of orange. A little bit of orange in there, and then add our club soda. A lot of times they would lighten their wine, especially in Italy. Most people made their own wine, and they would add things to it, fruit juices or wine or orange juice. So we're just going to add a little bit of club soda, a couple of dashes of Angostura bitters, and then we'll have to make this orange a little smaller. That is just way too big. I don't like the garnish, but that's going to get in the way of me drinking, and I don't want it that way. So, oh, that smells wonderful. The red wine smell with the orange. Just give it a little bit of a stir. You know what though? Can't have it yet. We got to wait for our smoked Italian stuffed peppers. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Let's get out there and get our peppers and our stuffing in here and get on with the next step in the process. Oh boy. You can smell the smoke on these babies. The peppers are just starting to get a little tender, which is what we want. That smells wonderful. Good smoky aroma to it. Let's go ahead and get started stuffing here. No magic to this. Just stuff as much in there as you can get in there. We got plenty of stuffing here, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. Look at that, we're not hardly gonna have any left over. That worked out just about perfect. Probably should be using a wooden spoon on my skillet here, but it is an iron skillet. It should be all right. Should be able to stand up to it. Okay. Got our grated mozzarella. That's going to be a nice ooey gooey cap on the top when that starts to melt. We might add a little bit towards the end just to make sure we got a good helping of cheese on top. I love cheese too. Puppy dog's waiting for me to drop some. He sees me dropping it all over the table. He likes cheese too. He wants me to pay the cheese tax. And then our grated Parmesan. Nice topping to go on. Well, let's get those back out on the smoker. I think that's not so hot anymore. You can put them right on the smoker grill, but this just makes it a little easier to retrieve them when they're done. And if you kind of angle them, since they're never quite perfect on the bottom, if you angle them towards each other, if they start to fall, they will lean on one another. But you want a little space between them so that smoke gets all the way around them. But let's get those back out on the smoker and let them go for, we're going to let them smoke at the same temperature, about 225. And we're going to go about 40 minutes this time, or until the peppers are nice and tender. You want them really tender so you can just kind of cut right through them with a butter knife if you have to. But let's get them out on the smoker. In the center rack. Some of you might be wondering how I care for my cast iron cookware, my skillets and things. If you're really interested, I can do another video on that. But the main thing that I do with my cast iron is, of course, they're all seasoned. The better ones are seasoned when you get them. I go ahead and season them at the beginning with the seasoning process. But then cleaning, you always want to make sure and you clean your skillet right away when you're done cooking. If you can, maybe even before you sit down to eat your meal that you prepped. But if not, just as soon as you're done, you want to get them cleaned as quickly as possible. You don't want that food, especially acidic food, to sit in there and kind of eat away at the cast iron. But I don't use any abrasive scrubbers or anything. Just this is just a little. Oh, the wife made this. I don't even know how she made it. It's kind of like yarn or something. It's a little bit, it's not scratchy. It's just, but I use that sometimes if it sticks on there. Most of the time, things don't stick that much because, it's seasoned well. But the key thing is to get it cleaned as quickly as possible and then get it dry. Sometimes I'll even put a little bit of olive or oil on there, cooking oil, and, just kind of season it again, or just coat it just very, very lightly with a coat of cooking oil. So just thought maybe you'd want to know. If you want to know more about cast iron care, let me know, and maybe I can make a video for that in the future. All right, it's been 45 minutes on the smoker. It's time to get the smoked Italian style stuffed peppers in off of the smoker. Let's go get them. Oh boy, don't those things look delicious? Let's get them over here so we can put them on our board. Hopefully they're not so hot they don't burn me. Pretty warm, pretty warm. Oh, nice and tender. You can hear them, they're juicy. Oh, that one's really hot. Oh boy, look at that. Oh, a good smoky aroma to them. That Italian seasoning is coming up through there. And a little bit of browning on the part of the mozzarella or the cheeses on top. Oh, I can't wait to dig into this. Let's see, we need to get this plated. Which one are we going to try? What do you want to try? I think we're going to go middle of the road with the yellow. That is about the medium on sweetness and spice. I'm going to try that one. Let's get that on the plate so we don't make a huge mess. Oh boy, I can't wait. All right, let's see. Get our Italian table wine spritz ready to go here. Let's just cut in, get us a little slice of heaven here. Yep, it's gonna all fall apart. That's okay. We'll just put it back together. Oh, juicy, tender. The pepper's tender. It's got a good smoky aroma to it. Let's dig in. Wow. There's just a little bit of crunch to the pepper. That's just right. You don't want it too soggy. It's just a little bit of crispness to it, and that the Italian seasoning coming through their tomato. Those tomatoes are awesome, and cheese on top. Wow, that's great. Let's dig into this Italian table wine spritz. Oh yeah, that is really good. It's got a nice citrusy undertone to it, which matches these peppers real nice. Oh, let's get another taste here. I wish you could smell this. It smells delicious. That smoky aroma comes at you as the food's coming towards your mouth. That is wonderful. The oregano and the basil, it's really coming out through there too. A great seasoning to it. Wow, that turned out real well. It's almost as good as Mom's, but it's different. It's definitely different. Better in some ways, but you can never improve on Mom's cooking. But, well, that about does it for the smoked Italian style stuffed peppers with the Italian table wine spritzer. I want to thank you all for tuning in again to Smoking and Drinking. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And stay tuned. I don't want to give too much away, but we might be revisiting the New York scene next week. I don't know, maybe not, but stay tuned. Tune back in and we'll see what's happening then. Till then, as always, Prost! Wow, that is delicious.